All right. Hey, my beloved. So, on our journey, we are obviously transferring to Kabbalistic tarot, right? So, trying to apply the principles of Kabbalistic Judaism to the best of our knowledge to tarot, right? Learning the concepts and principles thereof and binding them together for a more immersive entertainment experience, right? Some people call it the truth. At the end of the day, it's the truth, of course, but I can't prove it, right? So, being that as it may, we're going to do a little card pull, past, present, and future, on my name given in the English language, right? My first and last name, I dumped it into a numerology calculator to give me a single digit 1 through 9, just like you have on the Kabbalah tree, which is the tree of life. Let's actually grab that real quick. We got the mighty power Yahweh with us, as always, right? Check him out. Maybe it'll show up. Maybe it'll show up. It's on the coin. It's got the tree of life. And it's got the tetragrammaton on it, which I believe, and other people believe, the enunciation thereof is Yahweh. It's an ah sound, right? There's no O in the Hebrew, per se. There was in the Paleo, but it's enunciated as an I, right? Another lesson for another day. So we dump our name into a numerology calculator. You can also make your name in the Hebrew and do the same thing. For this intensive purpose, we're going to use the number it spits out. And we're going to consider the number associated, that 1 through 9, because we know ultimately the actual value for the universe is 0, right? It's endless. But 1 through 9 is the numerics we associate the emanations associated with the existence, the material world, right? And we believe the material world in many ways emanates from our consciousness. And our consciousness is the emanations and the power we believe is the tetragrammaton, Yahweh, right? In real simple terms. So we're going to associate that 3 with a spot upon the Kabbalistic tree. We're going to hit this one really quick. Hopefully we can see it. Specifically, we're looking at Bina, right? Bina up here. Is it going to focus? Is it going to focus? Here we go. 3, 3. Maybe that's it right there. 3. See if I can get another one for you. And that's going to coincide with the upper left-hand corner, the upper left-handmost sphere of emanation. They're also called Sephirot. Let's call it the things that emanate from you. Because you can't really be these things. There are some ones that are inner things, but most of them, we're experiencing the Creator emanating out of you, right? That's the concept, right? And the immersive concept here is keying in on what your base emanation is and what your values are, what you're going toward. You find out what you are. You find out, basically, it's self-actualization, guys. At the end of the day, it's self-actualization entertainment. There is something. It's not nothing, right? Being funny about it. Going back to Ein Sof, right? It's not nothing. And it's been known for a long time that humanity is a one thing. There's been people sought to divide it up for whatever reason, without getting too long-winded about it. We're one thing, right? And intimately connected at certain levels, right? And are experiencing not only our own polarity, but the polarity of the Creator reflecting, or whatever power that rules has power, right? We're not saying it's the Creator for sure, right? It has a name, right? We believe it's Yahweh, or the Tetragrammaton, the Yod-He-Wah-He, the power of wisdom. We believe it's a female, right? Because we know even in the Holy Scriptures it testifies as it being a female, right? So this card pull is really simple. We're going on these Kabbalistic concepts, and we're just going to do a intentionized card pull on what my name numeric is. So, and let's touch a little bit on what Binah is on the Kabbalistic tree, because we got in on what the emanations are. We're not going to do everything like this, but this is just, me getting into it and reverberating the concepts into YouTube land, right? Hopefully this makes sense to y'all. I had that Bina up for a reason. So Bina is by Yana, so Beth, Yod, Nun, He, right? And it goes for understanding. And it associates a bunch of deities with this spot on the Kabbalistic emanation tree. But specifically what we're concerned with is how it plays into tarot, right? Which is going to be its relation to the zodiac, which would be Saturn, right? And there's also another constellation, I think, associated with it. Another thing for another time, because this stuff is extremely deep. The Golden Dawn, the whole point of the tarot was to be able to marry these concepts with people that could easily intersize with it. And it was the original form of entertainment, right? You could pull horoscopes regularly, right? So let's do that mini card pull. I think we shook these down a little bit earlier, and I finally got the other two cards. Actually, before we do that, let's do a vape, right? Let's shuffle a little bit. We're not going to do a dab. We got one of these disposables we're ripping on a little bit today. That's really awesome. Doesn't mess my throat up or nothing. Your boy Thawada, the North Star, the Dog Star, the star of our favor, the star of our power. Still be ripping. And how we're going to do this charge card pull, it's going to be a 3 card, right? And we're going to do whatever my number on the Kabbalistic tree is, and then pull a card. So dump 3, pull a card, dump 3, pull a card, dump 3, pull a card. And it'll be not really past, present, and future, but where I'm coming from, how I'm going to, and the eventuality of the destination, if that makes sense, instead of directly past, present, and future. All right, so every day, right? These are okay. It's obviously Florida Medical, and it's 81% moon melt, right? Pretty good. I'm gonna tell you, it tastes like Agent Orange. If you guys have ever had, it's an older strain, tastes like grapefruits and oranges, and when you make typically when you make a sugar wax out of it, it becomes really crystally and sugary and has that terpene profile of like overwhelming orange terpenes, right? And this has got it. First ever card pull on my name earlier, since we're trying to get a car. I'm gonna figure out what the best thing to do for it is. I'm gonna let somebody else pick this time, because last time I picked a Volkswagen Beetle that shit chickens all over. I want a drop top car because we're in the land of sunshine and oranges, so hopefully I can get like a Miata or something that works out. We'll see. So, card pull, right? Dump 3, un, dos, tres, dumping them. We're gonna pull the first card. This is supposed to be where we're coming from. The Knight of Pentacles. How about that? I got a little book. We're going to do it long-winded, right? Knight of Pentacles. And I recommend this book if you don't have it or whatever. My mommy, the head witch of the family, gave it to me. It's the former head witch, because we're going to pass her up. The Tarot Revealed. On you with those little last 2 words, so give me a second. Eden Gray. Right. So we're going to hit Knight of Pentacles, right? I think that's in this thing here. Yeah, it tells you all sorts of ways you can pull cards. I don't feel like doing that. We're on this, y'all. Provide it out. Destroy everybody's attention span. I'm almost there. The keys? Is it in the keys? No, it's Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Almost to Pentacles. Oh, that's Wands. Yeah, if I didn't have it before, like I only knew what I pulled up right now. All right, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. All right, check it out. Pretty good book. The Knight of Pentacles. So, description, obviously, it's a knight that rides a heavily caparisoned horse. Who picked that word? Through a freshly plowed field, he balances the pentacle symbol carefully, as if he was displaying, but not really looking at it. Okay, so I guess you look at the pictures, right, and come up with a story. We're going to have to come up with something for that. Divination meaning. A black-haired, black-eyed young man, materialistic, methodical, card betokens utility, serviceabilityness, patience, laborious toil, responsibility, may represent the coming or going of a matter. Reversed. They put the reverse. It also means there's also other things like there'll be like cardinal meanings and all sorts of stuff associated with the zodiac, which are intricate meanings that should be applied more to this stuff rather than a story associated with the pictures on the cards. IMHO, because I've seen a lot of that. Because I know somebody in the family watches stuff like that. A way to do it. Reversed. Inertial idleness, stagnation, a young man of careless habit. Well, we know who that is. The devil over here. Let's pull another card, kids. Dump 3. 1, 2, 3. Top of the deck. We're a witch, but we're dealing from the top of the deck. Right? Oh, death. How about that? Gotta love the death card. Gotta love the death card. That's like getting the Ace of Spades, right? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. My journey, huh? The death card. It's in the middle of the journey somehow. The mysterious horseman. Death rides a well-bridled horse and moves slowly across the field. He bears a black banner emblazoned with a mystic rose, which signifies life. On the edge of the horizon, the sun shines between two towers. All are powerless before the rider. King, child, girl fall prostrate before him, while a priest awaits his coming with clasped hands. I've never heard this one read like that. The card represents the death of the old self, not necessarily the physical. Yeah, that's the thing I heard. The sloughing off of fleshly desires, and he who realizes that death must be queered, Querered, by the regeneration of the soul, is on the way to attaining eternal life. Divination meaning. Transformation, change. Yeah, we got that. Most people would think you mean you're going to die, and that's nothing to do with that. And the Ace of Spades can get nothing to do with that. Sometimes destruction followed or preceded by transformation. The change may be in the form of consciousness. That's what we're moving toward, obviously, right? So it's definitely hitting me on the money. Sometimes it may mean birth and renewal. Reversed, temporary stagnation, tendency to inertia. All right, let's get another card, kids. That went faster. Oh, this devil and things working better than the Bible. I'll tell you what. Feel like I know what I'm doing. Oh, I got this one earlier. On the car thing. What is it? The 7 of Swords. Got 5, running away with 2. I mean, it's probably going to be partially successful. It's actually more success than not, right? Because you would have 50% or less if it was marginally successful. Anyways, let's read the 7 of Swords, right? It's in this book. And eventually I'll be able to break out what it is to the arcana and all the ancient and fun meanings associated with it. And get real mystic with y'all. That's the whole point. Engaging. 7 of Swords, right? A man is shown escaping with 5 swords, with 2 still remaining stuck in the ground. Nearby a military camp is depicted. Oh, he's a trickster, huh? Divinatory meaning. Unstable effort, partial success, uncertainty, a plan that may fail. The seeker finds someone trying to make away with that which is not his. Oh yeah, someone's trying to rip you off. I get it. Probably the stupid ass car. Because that's how cars are, guys. When you get a used car or a new car, if you can't depreciate it on a financing thing for over a certain amount of years, then you know you're not getting a durable good. IMHO. All right, reversed good advice, counsel, and instruction. Not a bad spread. So, like I said, I really think this 3 card is where you're coming from, where you're going, and what the destination is in short term, right? And that is it. Right, not bad. Not bad. Not a bad spread, guys. Get your 8 fingers in there. If you know, you know. Slug it, y'all have a great rest of your day. My first card pull.